Yo, 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 and welcome back to the Hulaham Hour. Nick and Kurtis here. We're going to get right into it again. But, Nick, how's it going, man?
It's going good, man. A lot better than Bill Belichick. How about you?
Burn, yeah. Now, that's a shitty situation that we're definitely going to get into here shortly on the Hulaham Hour. But, yeah, we had our conference championship games over the weekend. One of them was really fun to watch, and the other one was really fun to watch if you like shitty weather games. Because, starting off this week with a fun fact that I believe I might get the year wrong, but I want to say 2002 is what I read, but I might be wrong on the year. But it's been a hell of a long time since there's not been any single playoff game played in a dome. There's not going to be one playoff game played in a dome this year, which is kind of wild. But, you think about back in the day, like, remember when Patriots played in that snow playoff game and stuff like that? Like, it's been a long time since we've really had some chaotic weather playoff games. So, and it's funny that in the year that we don't have the domes, that we're getting all these crazy weather games. Coincidence? Yep.
Yeah, nothing to do with the fact it's January.
Yeah, nothing to do with that at all. That they're playing January in Denver. Yeah. Which, yeah, the weather changed swiftly in that game, and we'll get into that. So we'll start off with the AFC Championship game. Patriots Broncos. I think me and you. I think I took the Broncos. I think you might have took the Patriots last week, but that's irrelevant.
No, I took Denver.
Oh, okay, we both took Denver then. And Stidham just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Couldn't pull through. There's a certain type of play that you see from backup quarterbacks, and that's exactly what we saw. We saw him throw the ball backwards, and we saw him, throw an interception. We saw him come out guns a-blazing, dude. I mean, he had that 50-yard bomb, on the fourth or fifth play of the game for him.
I know, and then they mustered 32 yards of offense the whole second half.
Yeah, exactly. It's just absolutely, it's crazy. 2 turnovers New England had, including the late interception by Gonzalez. The turnovers definitely did swing momentum in this game big time, quickly. Wow. Now New England is tied with the most Super Bowl appearances ever with 12. Not sure who they're tied with. Be nice.
Probably San Fran. They have the most playoff wins of any team.
Yeah. If somebody knows, tell us in the comments, because we don't, and I ain't looking it up. So, yeah, I don't know if I said this, but it was 10-7, Patriots won. The first half of the game was okay. I think it was only 7-3 at halftime or something like that, though. It was very, very low scoring. I mean, the whole game was low scoring. But when it started snowing after halftime, and they had to get the leaf blowers out and the whole kit and caboodle. Yeah, it's really tough to play in those conditions offensively. I mean, you can say it's a defensive clinic, but when you can barely catch the ball, even if it's thrown perfect and hits you in the hands, and you've got glue on your hands, it's just tough. So, Drake May, though, man, I mean, you had mentioned to me that his play's not been up to par, and I agree, but give me your 2 cents on that.
And, yeah, the bad weather, I mean, that kind of is that kind of game. It is what it is. But he had a whole half of football where he didn't look very good, and it was very dry out there.
Yeah.
They just can't seem to get their offense on the same page.
And, and it's tough. And their defense is good, too. It's not that their defense isn't good. But that is what has won them a lot of games when their offense hasn't come through because, they've got Drake May, and their number one receiver it's a toss-up between Booty or Diggs, and neither one of them at this point are a true number one. But, also there's been a lot of teams lately that make these championship runs that really don't have a true number one receiver. The Eagles last year won it, and you can call A.J. Brown the number one, but if you look at the stats this year, him and Devontae Smith had similar stat lines. So who really is the number one at the end of the day?
If it weren't for Drake May being able to run like he could, they would have had nothing.
Nothing at all.
Literally nothing.
Yeah,
his mobility is the only thing that's kept him moving on.
Him doing those unscripted plays, or that play at the end where it, finished the thing where he just took off and ran it. It's a smart play, but at the end of the day, if it doesn't come through and they somehow ended up losing that game, really Sean Payton needed to kick that field goal, period. I mean, I don't understand why that he wouldn't. I really don't.
I get it, though, to a point. And I get the momentum thing. And at the same time, if they go up 14, you're talking about what a fucking genius he is when the snow hits.
Yep.
I mean, it's one of them decisions. He felt good about that first drive they had because Stidham did look pretty good on that first drive.
Yep.
And he goes, you know what? Maybe this kid's got it today.
Yep. Yeah, dude, like I said, it was like, that first drive or second drive or whatever it was, I don't think they went 3-and-out on their first drive, but I think on the second drive was when they had that touchdown.
And a beautiful throw to Sutton in the end zone, like he looked on point.
Yeah, and I really think this is the team that Sean Payton envisioned having when he went to Denver. Clearly he didn't jive with Russ. That was the whole bombshell. Yeah, and they're doing this still paying Russ, aren't they?
I don't know about this year. I know they did last year.
I'm pretty sure this might have been the last year. I think I heard mention. Well, maybe it doesn't matter. I'm just that was a huge mistake, and they're still here. It's also, like I forgot if I shared it with you or not, but the Patriots' schedule this season, opposing coaches and their staff outcomes. The Patriots only played 3 teams this year who didn't fire their head coach.
Well,
and those three teams were the Panthers, the Saints, and the Bengals. And the Saints, of which was Kellen Moore's rookie season. And then, holy cow, dude. Like, oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Most of them were head coaches that were fired, but there's the Bucks. It was just their offensive coordinator and their special teams coordinator, and the Jets their offensive and defensive coordinator. But I also heard today that the last time that a coach cleaned house, not lost. You know what I mean? Like actually said you're done, and we were finding new people. Was oh God, I'm drawing a blank. He coached the Browns. He did that and then went 1-15 and 0-16. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about.
There's so many Browns bad coaches. Schwartzy?
No,
because he didn't get the Browns this job.
That's a whole nother thing that we'll get into in a little bit. Hugh Jackson. When Hugh Jackson did that, they only won 1 game in 2 seasons. So good luck in New York, Mr. Aaron Glenn.
Yeah. And Glenn's calling the defensive plays.
Yeah, so go. Speaking of Schwartz, we'll talk about that in the coaching tracker after we go over the games, I guess. But yeah, he apparently stormed out of the Browns facility when they told him that he didn't get the job and he ain't coming back. So, yeah, I don't blame him. I'd run away from that dumpster fire as fast as I could, too. Yeah. So, anyways, Patriots 10, Broncos 7. Patriots will be playing in the Super Bowl on Sunday the 8th. So, moving along. The NFC Championship game. This one was exciting. I think all of America is ready to watch a best of 5 from these two teams this year. Or if not a best of 7, because it's just been incredible football. Seahawks ended up winning the game 31-27. Holy cow. I mean, just they played 3 times this year. All 3 of those games were incredible. Matt Stafford's also the first quarterback ever to throw for 200 or 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and lose a game against the same opponent twice in one season or some shit, dude. That sucks. That really sucks. But yeah.
Sam Darnold looked great though.
He looked fantastic. He when the 2018 quarterback class was announced, I was a fan of him, and then I watched him go to New York. I'm like, oh, dude, he's done. And now he's the first quarterback from that class to reach a Super Bowl.
Did you hear his joke, though? Actually, I was with the Niners in 23, so it's technically my second.
Yes.
He wasn't a starter, but...
Correct. But he's not wrong. He's not wrong. And then he would have technically been the first quarterback from that draft class to reach Super Bowl. But to be honest, he might not have been because who knows what other backups or that. You know what I'm saying? So, or what other quarterbacks were drafted in 18 that weren't in the first round. I'm sure there was somebody else, but yeah, no, that was really that's good for him. Glad he's got a sense of humor. Oh yeah, holy cow! 3 touchdown passes, 346 yards. Yeah, and we're getting a rematch at the 2014 Super Bowl. Obviously the run game for this Seattle team is a whole lot different than when they had beast mode. But Seattle is heavily favored to win the game. I think when I put my money on it today, let's check and see where the odds are at right now.
As they should be. Can you watch the way the playoffs have gone in the Seahawks with that defense? If Sam Darnold plays anything like he did,
but I did read something funny that really it's not going to matter, I don't think. It's a dumb stat, but the last 6 Super Bowls, the team that has to travel west to get to the stadium they're playing at loses or wins, and the team that has to travel east always loses the game. And technically, Seattle has to travel east a little bit, and New England is coming west, clearly. And yeah, so that would tell you that New England's going to win the game. But we'll see. Also seen that some Seahawks players left cigars in the locker room of Levi Stadium from when they were there and beat them a couple weeks ago. I find that wildly funny. It's called foreshadowing, folks. It's called foreshadowing. Yeah, Matt Stafford is, do you think he's coming back next year?
The way he played, I mean, we knew he could play like that, but his back was killing him. I guess it really just depends how he feels. If he feels like he can't get out of bed, then I obviously don't see him coming back.
It's got that sleep number bed, baby. You shouldn't have no problem getting out of bed. That thing will help you get out of bed. That thing will sleep for you.
That don't fix 12 years of playing for the Lions.
Nothing does, dude. Nothing does.
When we were terrible, man. He got wrecked. That's where his body got fucked up.
Yep. So the over-under is 45.5, and the spread is 4.5 for the Seattle Seahawks. I'm not. We haven't really. What's up?
It's closer than I thought the spread would be, honestly.
Yeah, me too. And and that might change as we get closer. But I'm gonna tell you right now, we haven't seen a blowout Super Bowl in a while. I guess last year's kind of was in a sense, wasn't it? Yeah, I just kind of blanked that last year's Super Bowl out because how choked the Lions did. Still convinced that Ben Johnson just could have given a flying rat shit, but can't keep living in the past. We got to move forward and hope that Dr. Evil does really good for us as this offensive coordinator.
Yeah, no shit. Get my evil bag of playbook.
Yeah.
I want 1 million.
Oh, redemption story. Cooper Kupp, dude. Like, told from Seattle or told from LA that to retire, pretty much. Goes to Seattle, and now he's going to the Super Bowl. And how cool is it that, Matt Stafford sought him out, to say what's up and wish him luck in the Super Bowl? Because that's just how close he is. It's awesome.
Nobody on that team wanted Cooper Kupp gone.
No.
Management made a decision, and everybody on the team was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Now, I will
we
say...
could have him, Puka, and Devontae. Can you imagine that trio this year?
Yeah, it would have been buck nasty.
Even if you use Coop as a decoy with them two dudes, I mean, holy shit.
Yeah, but we'll never know. Because Cooper Kupp's going to the Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks.
I know, it's fucking funny. And he scored a touchdown. I laughed so hard.
Wow. Yeah. But in a blink of an eye, the NFL season is going to be over. We are just over 10% of the way through the offseason for fantasy football, which I'm very excited about. I'm going to keep everybody updated on that progression bar as the year goes on. So, but we'll be talking fantasy football again before everybody knows it. Summer's going to fly by again like it always does, and leaves will be changing, and God, I'm ready for summer. It is so flipping cold outside. It's so cold. It's so cold. Oh,
Sick
man. I've seen this video. I think I sent it to you the other day, the video of that guy's wife's like, hey, if you can find a course that's open in this winter, you can go play. He's like, really? She's like, yep. He hops on a plane, flies away, plays golf, gets done, comes home. And she's like, where were you? He's like, you told me I'd go play. She's like, you've been gone a week. Like, hell yeah, brother.
You gave me permission.
Yeah, you said I could go play golf. Oh, I love it. All right, let's see. It'd be a. That's not a bad one there. Take this bet for the Super Bowl. Kenneth Walker and Stevenson to have plus 10 or more rushing yards in the first quarter, and Kenneth Walker and Stevenson to have 5+ receiving yards apiece in the first quarter, which pretty much means 1 catch and 3 runs if they're successful. But that, the odds are plus 1,100. That's not a bad bet. I might take that bet. I might take that. And gamble responsibly, people.
Yeah, that just put your mortgage up.
Yeah. All right. So that wraps up. So like I said, we got Seahawks Patriots Super Bowl coming up. We're going to talk about the Pro Bowl here in just a second, but we'll have that to cover next week, even though we're not going to spend a ton of time on it because I don't think you were going to watch it, Nick. So, yeah, let's just kind of steamroll right into that topic. I think what sums up how much nobody gives a shit about the Pro Bowl anymore is the fact that I never thought these words would come out of my mouth, but Shedeur Sanders is a replacement for Drake May for the AFC team in the Pro Bowl. A man that only played about 5 games this season and had 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions.
And completed 56.9% of his passes. That's fucking awful for college.
It's just like, I understand the aspect that like he puts butts in seats. I get it. But that's it.
I don't understand it at all. They've deteriorated the whole Pro Bowl, dude. It used to be about the greatest players in the league getting together and having these types of events.
Yeah. Now
it's just whoever can fucking show up.
Not only that, it's flag football. It's not even real football.
Yeah, it's all competitions.
And they can say, oh, we're just trying to reach a different demographic, blah, 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 blah. Like, you're trying to reach the wrong places for your demographic. And you're treating the fans that have made you all this money really poorly. Like decisions like the halftime show, which again I'm not going to get into, but I'm not going to watch, and not a lot of football fans are going to watch. They're going to try to get people that are not fans of football that are watching the game to be fans of football. That's just such a stretch. It's like even just simplistic business sense. Like, it makes none. It makes none.
It's just a joke you could have somebody with that terrible of stats even think about being considered.
Dude, he's only like the second Browns quarterback of all time to make a fucking Pro Bowl.
And he should have never made it. He was lucky to make the fucking team. The actual Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. Who's replacing Sam Darnold on the NFC team?
Oh, he probably didn't make it, because that makes sense.
I haven't pulled up. I have the NFC roster pulled up, and Sam Darnold is on it. But how come I am so... Yeah, see, they still have... Yeah, they haven't really updated these, I don't think. Come on, NFL.com. Get your shit together, man. They still got Drake May on this roster for, the AFC. Anyways, I don't know. Again, it doesn't
even
really matter.
NFL.com is saying you guys suck and you're a joke.
That's what it is, dude. Says. It's a joke. It's honestly just been like a joke week because between they just must be just out of shit to talk about, I guess, at this point. So let's think about this. You got a player that's a below average player that's not even a legitimate starting quarterback in the NFL playing in the Pro Bowl, which is supposed to highlight the best players, not players that sell tickets. It's the best players. He's not one of the best players, and he probably never will be. Prove me wrong, but then, as you mentioned earlier about Bill Belichick, holy Hall of Fame committee blunder, dude. I mean, are they just all like heroin junkies or something? I just don't understand how in the world that say what you said earlier. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll summarize what I said earlier, but I just don't understand. He's got 8 Super Bowls out of 59. How the hell he is not a first ballot Hall of Famer? I don't ever want to see another coach then ever get in first ballot. Ever.
No.
It doesn't make any sense. He's not just one of the greatest football coaches. He's one of the greatest coaches
Period.
to do it.
Period. Yeah, and if they're like, so everyone's like, oh, maybe they're taking that Spygate thing into account or the Deflategate thing into account. You know what I think they're taking into account? I think they're taking into account that they're a bunch of jealous old fucks watching him bang a 24-year-old that's smoking ass hot and run a fucking college team into the ground. I mean,
and their job is to literally to depict what he did on the field.
Yeah.
None of that other shit should matter, and they don't deal punishments. The league does.
Yeah.
They shouldn't say, "Oh, you're penalized." Oh, fuck you.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
it's
so
a shame.
ridiculous.
The Hall of Fame committee definitely needs some help. And I think this is kind of going to make that change happen. But again, they've made the Hall of Fame a joke at this point. They have. Because I'm pretty confident there's going to be some people that say no this year.
And what does Tom Brady get snubbed next year? Really? Really?
At this point, it looks like it.
If they stick with these guidelines, then they will.
Yep.
And they're going to look like even bigger assholes, and they should all get fired.
It's just unbelievable, man, that we live in a world where, people, they're supposed to look at his time in the NFL. That's it. That's it. And they're clearly not. So it's just ridiculous.
It's mind-blowing, honestly.
Very much so.
The best thing they could do is, I know they won't revote, is somehow fix this and put him in this year.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna. I mean, honestly, they're not. They're never gonna come back and admit that they screwed up. But they do need to come out and say, for him to only get 10 of the 50 guys to vote for him, that seems wild.
No, it was he didn't get 40. It wasn't only 10.
I read that out of the 50 people today, he got only 10 votes.
No, it was just under 40.
Okay.
You need 40 to make it.
Okay. Well, okay, then either way, the whole thing's a mess, dude. The whole thing is a mess. Speaking of a mess, the NFL coaching thing is a mess. They also, okay, so explain to me this. I know we touched a little bit on it this week, and we're not going to get into too much this week, but why is it that players have to wait till the entire season, the Super Bowl is finished, to even talk to other teams about being traded, playing for them, whatever, but it's just a frickin' free-for-all if you're a coach?
Yeah, it's never made any sense to me.
Yeah, it makes absolutely zero sense. And the NFL needs to they need to make the coaching thing the same as the player thing, because it's just to a point now where you literally are having. I watched a really in-depth video, and I can't remember the guy's channel. I apologize. I'll look it up, and I'll shout you out next week. But he had a really in-depth video about the details on when coaches can request interviews, when they can do them. In-person ones. These interviews they can be up to 4 hours, which, let's be honest, they're using all of that time. Okay? So if you're a defensive or an offensive coordinator that's being sought after, and you get 4 requests for interviews, okay? So you have 4 4-hour interviews. That's 16 hours during a week when you're supposed to be prepping your current team to play in the biggest game of all those people's careers. Is the most unfair bullshit I've ever heard in my life. And it needs to change. It needs to change. Big time. All right. Speaking of the coaching tracker, because it's been a little chaotic. But I called it. The last 3 teams looking for coaches are the Browns, the Raiders, and the Cardinals.
Yeah, well, not the Browns anymore.
Yes, and that is, as we mentioned, Jim Schwartz stormed out of the building after he learned that they hired Todd Monken instead of
Schwartzy.
Instead of Schwartz, which,
And talk about so apparently it's not just Kevin Stefanski who hates Shedeur. Apparently it's the whole Cleveland front office, because this man called plays for Lamar Jackson and never let him throw the ball more than 18 times a game. So I guess for fantasy, Quinshon Judkins is going to have about 150 carries next year. Maybe 250, somewhere in that range. And Shedeur can throw about 10 passes a game.
Yeah, and then still only win 3 games.
If that.
If that.
So he has no head coaching experience besides 2 years at Southern Miss. That's it. I'm not saying he can't do okay. I'm just saying when you're in a dumpster fire of a team, you might want to get somebody like a Jim Schwartz with a little experience. And you just lost your top defense. That's all you had.
Speaking of experience, Steelers hired Mike McCarthy. I think I joked to you that the Steelers are just the 2012 Packers now. They proved me wrong. Besides, they're playing in a different city. It's the same shit. It's not that I don't like Mike McCarthy as a coach. He's always been a halfway decent coach, but he kind of got ran out of Green Bay, and then he got ran out of Dallas. Now he's in Pittsburgh. Not a huge fan of it. I think probably one of the main reasons was I really feel like Pittsburgh still thinks that they could get one more year out of Aaron Rodgers, and if they just let him make the decision on who to hire, I really think Aaron Rodgers had a big say in on this whole situation. I don't know, though. It's kind of ridiculous. But we'll see. He has won a Super Bowl. He's a Super Bowl champion coach, but there's never been a coach that's won a Super Bowl for 2 different teams either. So, good luck. You don't need it.
I don't mind the Mike McCarthy pick. I just wonder how much that front office is going to restrict him. They said they want to keep status quo. Well, then why did you let Tomlin walk? Like, you should be trying to change shit.
Yeah.
Making it to the playoffs is cool, but not winning a game since 2016, that is not very good.
I'd say they should expect a losing season the first season at this point. But shit, dude, at this point, Mike Vrabel set the goddamn bar so high for first-year coach of a new team. That now, if you ain't coming in and making shit happen right away, if Aaron Glenn doesn't have a winning season this year, he's done. If Kellen Moore doesn't turn things better in New Orleans, it looks like it's on the up with Tyler Shook and all that stuff, but he's going to be done. There's no way we're going to have, I'm saying this now, but it'll blow my mind next year when there's 14 or whatever, but there's no way we'll have the coaching vacancies next year that we had this year. There's just, there was 10 at one point, I think? 10 teams turned over?
Total. I think it was 8 head coaching jobs total.
That's insane, dude. That's insane. Literally the entire AFC East besides Zach Taylor got booted.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the Steelers, what do you think? Are they using McCarthy as a bridge guy? It's never been the Steeler way, but the dude's already 60. He ain't coaching for 20 more years.
They signed him for 5.
Yeah, and so 65 years old, that's still not what they usually do.
I know. They've always got a backstory, but I would have to presume that they're going to get 5 out of McCarthy if they don't fire him beforehand. And he'll be kind of grooming somebody below him to fill his shoes when he retires. But I guess time will tell. We'll see. Good luck, though. All right. Robert Saleh is going to go coach the Titans. Get a second opportunity to go coach a team. I don't know. Good luck, because Tennessee's got a long ways to go. I always thought Robert Saleh got the short end of the stick in the Jets situation, the biggest short end of the stick. Even though I would have loved to see him come and be D coordinator at the Lions. But speaking of somebody that we wanted to come and be a coordinator at the Lions, Mike McDaniel signed to he said he was taking the Chargers OC job, then accepted an interview request for the Bills head coaching position, then backed out of said interview, and then took the job officially as the Chargers offensive coordinator. He's got ties there. It's a good fit for him. If anybody's going to spark that offense, I think that it's him for sure. And he kind of rolls with that whole Chargers swagger and stuff. So good luck.
I don't blame him for taking the interview, though. It had to be hard for him to at least not hear out, go with Josh Allen and tell the team that just let me go to fuck off after they told me I was safe. I mean, it had to be tough to not entertain at least. Yep. But I do think that's a great fit for him where he's at.
Yeah, and for Mike McDaniel's replacement, Jeff Hafley, who was the Packers' defensive coordinator, has been hired by the Miami Dolphins to be their head coach. We'll see how that works out for them. I'm not too familiar with Jeff Hafley. But hey, it's change. All right, so the only two teams that still need coaches are the Raiders and the the Cardinals. And on the Cardinals list, it looks like they've got a lot more people on the table. Oh, they've already had a couple second interviews with Mike LaFleur, Anthony Weaver, and Anthony, bless you, Campanile. Say that so wrong.
Well, and a couple of these guys are waiting for the Super Bowl to be done. I know the Seahawks got a couple young coordinators that are definitely on that list.
Yep. Yeah. So, like Matt Nagy's on their list, Chris Shula's on their list, Matt Burke's on their list. Yeah, I think. And then for the Raiders, though, dude, there's been a lot more people crossed off their list. Like they completed a second interview even with Joe Brady, who got promoted internally with the Bills from offensive. He was their offensive coordinator, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
To be their head coach.
I don't know. They fired McDermott to not change anything. That's always
Jesse
funny.
Minter took the Ravens job, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So, and he was the Chargers defensive coordinator. That was somebody that the Raiders had interviewed twice. The only three. It's kind of leaning towards. It's looking like it's potentially going to end up being Brian Dable.
No, he signed as the OC for Tennessee.
Did he?
Yeah, he's off the board.
All right, ESPN or CBS Sports, get your shit together, man. So that is not on here. So yep, so he's out. So that the only two people left are Davis Webb, who is the Broncos quarterbacks coach and passing game coordinator, and Jaro Evero, who's the Panthers DC. Totally butchered that name too. So
no, Tom Brady's coaching this year. He's like, I own part of this team now, and you all suck. I'm coming to coach Mendoza.
Gonna be wild. It's gonna be a wild year. It really is. I'm excited about it.
He's gonna be like, fire the OC. He doesn't call plays anymore either. I can do that from the booth. And I'm just gonna run the Las Vegas Raiders.
Excuse me. I can't stop yawning.
Sorry, Fox. I have to do everything for this team that I invested in.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
I gotta play quarterback, wide receiver, running back, kicker.
Yeah.
DC, OC, HC.
The sad part is the coordinator
DMT.
jobs in City probably could do better than most of the people they have in mind.
You ain't wrong, dude. Not wrong at all. I was excited to see if Phillip Rivers was actually going to try to coach in the NFL, even if it wasn't the Bills gig or whatever. But that'd have been exciting to see.
I picture him looking over and seeing his 10 children, and then he's like, coaching job.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's going to wrap up our football talk. Yeah, it's the off season. It's in full swing for college football, and yeah, we'll cover the Pro Bowl probably this much next week. But I hope.
And here's who won, and goodbye.
Moving along. All right, so let's get into some golf. So we had some TGL action on Monday, and it actually worked out well because me and you both, Nick, were able to actually sit down and watch the match, which ended up being a complete ass beating. Yeah, here we go.
Dude,
Yeah,
Boston was one of the worst teams last year. And, dude,
they're just killing it this year.
Dude, that's the glue to their team.
He is an outstanding putter. He is just, yeah, man, he's everything about TGL. I mean, it's coming. They really, I did, well, one, I pointed out to you that I'm going to guess it was Shane Lowry, but one of them was swearing so much that they had to keep delaying the broadcast to cut off away from their hot mics and stuff. It's different because you got like 2,000 people there, I think is what that SoFi Stadium holds, which can get a good crowd noise going, right? And they're playing music the whole time. No one's got to be quiet, but everybody there is a golf fan. And they're used to being quiet while these players are playing instead of cheering them on and stuff. And I heard a couple different players in this match go, we need to get some drinks going around here and get some rowdiness going. Players want it. So if you're going to attend a TGL match soon, drink a beer or 6, get loud.
A couple shots in there.
Yep. Because, they do the heartbeat thing when it gets within 15 seconds. They're trying to distract these players, too. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyways, enough said on that. But Boston won 9-1. It even got to the point where Shane Lowry was like, can we just quit and go to the bar? This is ridiculous. Actually,
he shot so bad, though.
He did, dude. And like you said, they were making it a big ordeal that he had to catch this, red eye and get there to play. Well, so did Rory. And Rory played like he was a Grand Slam champion, So
yeah, they were on the same damn flight.
Yeah. That doesn't
they
make
flew
any
from the tournament together.
Yep. Yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, Boston looks really good. Thor Jorgensen is an incredible. He's just got a presence to him that's awesome. But yeah. So coming up with TGL on Monday, February 2nd, we got a match between Atlanta Drive and Jupiter. Tiger Woods will be there again with a hot mic, which will be cool. And it's on a Monday, so I'll be able to actually sit down and enjoy that and watch that as well. So great. Starts at 5. Maybe I'll have to watch some of it on my ride home. Hey Siri, drive my car. No, I was kidding. Oh, all right. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, TGL is just fun to watch. If you've not watched it, check it out. It's great. It's fun TV. Yeah, and it's not nearly as slow paced as watching real golf.
No, not at all. Yeah, let's give it up for Scottie.
Yeah, that's what we're rolling into next. Yeah, Scottie gets his 20th PGA Tour victory. It's starting to feel more and more like we have another Tiger Woods on our hands with how much he's been winning. I feel like I'm literally watching his child grow up because his wife and his kid are there every time he wins, and he wins enough that I've got to watch his son grow up. So it's been kind of wild.
What is crazy to show Tiger's greatness is I don't know if you told me that, but he'd have to be world's number 1 from now until he's 39 to match the amount of time that Tiger Woods was the world number 1.
Yeah, that's a record that will stand at least until I'm not alive anymore. I mean, seriously.
It's just unbelievable.
It is. However, Scottie won he won by 4 strokes. I mean, seriously, think about this. I think it was, where are we at here?
It could have easily
Cam
been
Young,
more.
right? So you're Cam Young, right? You shoot a 67, a 68, or I'm sorry, Carson Young. Carson Young. Shot a 67, 68, or 67, 69, 68. Something along those lines. 15 under, right? Right? That's great. Tied for 44th.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. But that's the caliber. And then to be, what's his name? The young
Blade
kid.
Brown.
Yeah, to be Blade. Holy cow, dude. What
It had to be a surreal moment.
100%.
Just being in that final pairing on Sunday, 18 years old.
Yep. It's kind of like that Shipley kid getting paired up with Tiger in the Masters a couple of years ago or last year. Yeah, it's kind of a surreal thing for sure.
And really, Scottie put one in the water on 17. He did have a 6-stroke lead.
Yeah, that's just dominant, dude.
He put it in the water, and he was like, yeah, whatever.
So,
I'm only up by 4 now.
Brooks is back this weekend at the Farmers Insurance Open, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then Scottie's taking this weekend off, and he's coming back for the Phoenix Open the following weekend.
Yep, the Waste Management.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always such a fun tournament to watch, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The crowd is just electric at that place.
Yeah, so Farmers Insurance Open, got a $9.6 million purse. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm glad to see Koepka play some golf again. It's been a long time since I've watched him play golf. Yeah, it should be fun. Got it. And where is this one being played at? Torrey Pines. Oh, great. Cool. Yeah, that's going to be a fun one to watch. So, who you got winning?
I want to see Brooks win it.
Dude, that's literally what I was going to say. I know it's like a total long shot, but how cool would it be if he came out and just friggin' slayed it? Just
not really, though, because he hasn't been playing bad golf. We just don't ever see it.
Yeah. No, for sure. That's totally true. So
it's not like he doesn't know all these courses. Yeah, he was gone a couple of years, but he played all these a ton of times.
Yep. Yes, we got Liv doesn't still start up again until following weekend. It's February 5th. I don't even know why they wouldn't. Why would you want to kick your season off on Super Bowl weekend? Blows my mind. But whatever, you know.
Shows you why they don't have any American supporters.
Yeah, Liv, you are really standing on your last leg, man. Who'd they just lose again?
Welcome back, Patrick Reed.
Yep. Cool beans, man. Really starting, domino effect here, but
he said he won't be shooting until later in the year, but he's coming back.
That's great. That's super, super great. So, yeah, awesome. All right. Again, MLB, I think that's going to wrap up our golf talk. But the MLB season, spring training officially kicks off February 20th. But let's get into some hockey talk. The Wings, 7-2-1 in their last 10, sitting in second place in the Atlantic Division. Lightning are on a tear. I mean, the Lightning have been good for a number of years now. But, the Wings are still in it, big time. I mean, sitting at 32-17-5, 69 points. Yeah.
Let's give it up to yesterday. Patrick Kane tied Mike Modano for most points by a U.S.-born skater.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, Patrick Kane's awesome. He got this 500 goal recently. That was cool to watch, Yeah, but I'd love to see a cup come back to Detroit. I just want to see a championship in the city of Detroit, dude, because it's been, I think, since 2006 when the Pistons won it last. No, I think we went over this recently. I think the Red Wings won their last Stanley Cup in like 2009 or something. I think they were the last team to win a chip.
My bar is a little bit lower right now. Let's get to the second round of the playoffs.
You know what, Nick? No, we've just been losing for so long. It needs to just happen. I mean, look at the turnarounds that are happening in sports now. And seriously, dude, like when we're in the hockey's a lot different. I understand that.
That's a whole entity.
Whole other animal. But like, look at the Pistons even. I know we've been building up for a couple of years now, but now it's like happening. But no one thought that the Pistons would have this landslide lead that they have right now. I mean, let's see where they're at again right now. So, yeah, they're 8-2 their last 10, sitting at 34-11, got a 5.5 game lead on the Celtics still.
I know, it's awesome.
It is awesome. Yeah, just crazy. Honestly, the Pacers next year could do what the Pistons are doing this year just because they're going to get Halliburton back and they're going to get, they're going to get the number one draft pick, if not, a top 3 draft pick to come and play with them too. So to have one shitty year to be bounce back and probably make the playoffs and be on the hunt for the championship, that's saying something.
So I knew they lost, him and their center, but geez, I didn't realize how two-man based, that fucking team was.
Yeah, for real. Thunder got a 6-game lead on the Spurs.
The road runs through OKC this year, obviously. That team is so young and so good.
Yep. But dude, to be honest with you, we're 34-11. They're 38-10, dude.
I know. We got a shot.
We do. We really could be sitting here in June talking about the Pistons in the NBA Championship, man, which is a crazy thing. Cade Cunningham is just flat out good. And I don't know how this team gelled so quickly, but it's like they've been playing together for 15 years. Like watching all the fast-paced alley-oops they're throwing to one another and just how they just play well. So, I just love to hear the name Duncan Robinson. I think that's like the best name for a basketball player ever. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and to hear that multiple times in a game too just kind of puts a smile on my face. So,
Duncan, don't dunk.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I think we're gonna run just a little bit short this week, but that's okay. Approaching our 50-minute mark here, but yeah, really excited for the Super Bowl this year. It's kind of crazy to me though that we're watching, like it's not Patrick Mahomes, it's not Tom Brady, yeah, but it's the Patriots again. Nick, and do you remember back in the day when we friggin' got so sick of it that we took Sharpies and wrote like "fuck the Patriots" on white T-shirts for that Super Bowl, and then they still won. So it's just, I don't know, man. But again, I guess yes, it's the Patriots, but it's Drake May and Mike Vrabel, not Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Just for the love of all that's holy for football, Drake May and Mike Vrabel, please don't do what Tom Brady and Bill Belichick did again, please. Just like as a football fans, just we beg you, please. Like win this year if you want. That's cool. That's cool. Even though my money's on Seattle. But then just pipe it down right away.
Yeah.
Just pull a Mike Tomlin for 6 years and then you can win again. So, all right. You got anything else this week, bro?
Nope, that about wraps her up for me.
Oh, alrighty. Well, with that being said, we will see you next week, and we are Hulaham out.